Good morning, hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be playing round 12, the Hungarian Grand Prix Season 1. This is my YouTube career mode where I take or become effectively George Russell for hopefully many of seasons, and hopefully we can get Williams from being one of the worst teams on the grid to being one of Formula One's great champions, or where they used to be effectively. So Hungary round 12 is the 12th round in the Formula 1 FIA calendar. As you can see, tyres have already been selected, so that's all good and lovely sort of thing. So yeah, let's get in to the Formula 1 round 12 Hungarian Grand Prix. So obviously, for any newcomers, George Russell will be joining the Formula 1 grid in 2019. He'll be partnering Robert Kubica, and they'll be both joining the Williams racing team. It used to be Williams Martini, but now it's Williams Racing only, unless they find a new sponsor that will become their primary sponsor. Obviously, Williams use Mercedes-powered engines. However, they've got one of the worst cars in terms of chassis and aerodynamics on the Formula 1 grid. The car is pretty much a dog to drive, and obviously in low downforce circuits, so circuits like China, Spain, France, and Germany, the car was okay. However, circuits that requires a lot more downforce, like Monaco, Baku, Australia, the car was more tricky to drive. And obviously the Hungarian Grand Prix does require a lot of downforce, so therefore, you know, obviously I'm not expecting a great result here this weekend at the Hungarian Grand Prix for this round. So obviously round 11, round 12 is going to be a bit of a waste of time really, but hopefully round 13 and 14 will deliver some points. We haven't scored any points this season so far. However, we're not the only driver to score not score points this season. So far, from Stoffel van Dorn all the way down to Sergei Sirotkin, no driver has scored points. So Van Dorn is still on 0 points. Ericsson's still got 0 points. I've still got 0 points. Pierre Gasly 0 points. Brendan Hartley has still got 0 points, and Sergei Sirotkin still has 0 points. However, in the constructors, it's a bit of a different story. McLaren and Sauber are the last two teams to have scored points. However, they haven't really scored many of them points. So in terms of how things are there, so far though, we are ahead of Toro Rosso at the moment in the standings. However, realistically, Toro Rosso are ahead of us, if you know what I mean. Because I really don't see Toro Rosso not scoring a point in this career mode or this season. I think it will come eventually. It's going to happen, I would say, in one of the next few rounds. So it's just a matter of when and where, not will they score points. Whereas for us, realistically, I would only say we've only got a few more opportunities of scoring points for the rest of this season. Belgium is 1, Italy is 2, Russia is 3, USA 4, Mexico 5, and Brazil will be 6. Maybe Abu Dhabi, but I doubt Abu Dhabi. However, you know, I would say we've only got about 5 more real good opportunity to really get points on the board. However, who knows? Maybe actually the Hungarian Grand Prix will turn up a surprise. Sometimes it does. Anyway, let's get into practice 1. I'm only going to do 2 practice sessions, so I'm not going to go long unlike last time, unless I have to do 3. I didn't check my team goal. Balls.
We arrive at the
right. I'm going to do 3 just to be safe. I'll have a look at team goal quick if there's any team objectives. So best average speed, best the average speed trap. Okay. Fastest sector 1, doubt that's going to happen. Fast sector 2, and a fast sector 3, and a DRS test So there we go. So right, we're gonna jump into the track acclimatization like always, and get probably one of the easiest practice programs done out of the way. So obviously Hungarian Grand Prix, real winner in the Formula 1 calendar was Lewis Hamilton. However, since 2004, before Lewis Hamilton won this Grand Prix, the driver who has won the Hungarian Grand Prix since 2004 has not gone on to claim the Formula 1 world title. However, that was changed this year after Lewis Hamilton won the Hungarian Grand Prix from Sebastian Vettel, and it turned out Lewis Hamilton won the Formula 1 2018 World Championship to become a 5-time world champion. So yeah, you know, just a quick fun fact there. But anyway, getting on with this. So already having one green and one purple. Not having best first corner, I will highly admit that. Car feels very much like it just wants to slide out really at the moment. Especially in them long hand corners. Up the hill then, now. And you plough up this hill here into the next chicane. It's a quite tricky chicane to get right. Take too much speed, it can easily go wrong. Take too much curb, it can easily go wrong. And if you do that, it can go wrong. Right, coming through the sweeping left, right corners here at the Hungarian Grand Prix. Very, very easy to understeer, just like that. There you go. Just see how much understeer that we got through there. Obviously, not running a setup as of yet. I will put one on in a bit. However, right now, not really fussed on using setup. But right now, car just feels in right, very, very slidey. Doesn't seem want to traction, and I think that's going to be a common thing right now. And first lap time is a 1:24.4, so I don't think that's going to be representative of our pace. Well, it probably is representative, but obviously in a negative way. So going for a second attempt here at this practice program. It's actually one of the easiest, but also one of the hardest, because you got to get these gates just right, and you don't want to mess them up. And obviously, you know, it's very easy to get, you know, greens, which obviously make you lose concentration, sort of thing. So anyway, not using any traction control, I ain't. So Nico Hülkenberg right now setting the pace alongside Sebastian Vettel. You can just tell they are fast up. Oh, balls. What a horrible there. So we're not going to get purple on this one either. So it looks like we're going to have to wait for another lap. So can we get third time lucky? Or will we mess up again? So coming out final corner for a third and final time doing this practice program once again. So Vettel's done a 1:21.9. We're 3 seconds off the pace right now. Seems pretty realistic to me. 3 seconds, especially around a circuit like this. Right, taking a green in the first two, green and purple. So always getting the DRS spot on, as you can tell. Right, up the hill once again, just behind my teammate Sergei Sorokin. Hopefully he won't impede my lap. Sometimes the AI in this game can be a bit iffy, and I think that's the end of then that practice program. So we couldn't get the purple there, so we'll have to settle for the green. Then target score, which is okay. I'm happy with that. Still a bit of resource points. Obviously, like I said, this car is very tricky to drive. So yeah, we're going to put on a bit of a setup now. So we're going to go right now for 8-9 downforce. And we're also going to up the differential and all of that. I don't really do much to set up, so I don't think you need to. But anyway, what else? So right, we'll do the race strategy as it is dry. And let's see how we do then here. Obviously, still lots of rounds to go. So just gonna see teammate status.
Sorry, we can't provide you with that information right now.
So I don't think my teammates even set a lap at the moment. Probably not. Is he on track? Not of what I can see. Because I'm coming out of the final corner. And out of the final corner we come. Car feels a little bit more responsive right now, which is always positive. Anyway, down into the first corner. T1. Through turn 1. Getting on power nice and early. However, still losing so much time. So, flat out through there. Don't have to lift. Now, tricky corner this one, because it's blind on entry, and it's so easy to invalidate the lap through there. So, car sliding away. So, wonder what this lap will be. Don't think it'll be anything amazing right now. So, is that Vettel? No, that's one of Ferrari's, but it's not Vettel. It's Kimi Räikkönen, so... yeah, not really good there. Didn't do a great lap. In terms of the delta, obviously what you've got to do, you've got to beat your target delta score, and obviously it sort of simulates a race strategy for you, if you know what I mean. Sort of predicts how far the tyres will go, which helps you out in some sense for a race. Only if it's dry though, like, because obviously in the wet conditions, you know, it's a pretty useless tool unless it's a wet race. So on the second lap now, and we are doing certainly better. So quite nice through there. Now, in terms of circuit, I actually don't mind this circuit. It's not a bad circuit overall. It's a driver's circuit for sure. It's just like Monaco, but without the barriers. So that time, in fact, we did a very decent lap then there. Moving up now into P7 on that second attempt. Beating our delta, so yeah, there we did a very, very good lap. We beat our delta by quite some margin, which is always nice. So the car feels so much better after putting on a setup. And also, after the tyres are wearing in sort of thing, also that's making the car feel a lot more stable for whatever reason. So, you know, we're doing alright. Now, one thing that you need to be aware of around here is the tyres do tend to get quite hot, and that might cause issues for the race. So our final two corners. We're on the final corner now. Where will this put us? So that's now up us into 8th. So certainly much better right now in terms of our performance, how we're doing. Certainly performing, I'd say, a lot better. But we're still a long way off. In terms of my teammate, I have no idea about him. Not going to focus on him at the moment. But after this run, so hopefully this lap will be green. after this, we'll jump straight into qualifying for the 12th qualifying session of the year, and hopefully a good one. So, through the S's once again. I do like the S's here. It's so nice. And when you get into a rhythm, oh, they become very sweet indeed. So our final corner for final time, it's going to be green, and that is a purple score, so that means we get the maximum resource points for that practice program. And yeah, you know, decent. Let's have a look at then the graph. So yeah, what graph shows us in terms of tyre wear expectation, in fact, it's probably a little bit higher than what the team thinks, but it's roughly you know, in the region of where they think, which is good. In terms of the lap time, however, the lap time seems to be slightly better, which is always a positive note. So yeah, lap time seems certainly slightly better. The first lap, though, doesn't seem slightly better, seems worse than what they expect. But the rest of the laps seem certainly to be much better. So yeah, you know. So anyway, into qualifying now for what will be the Hungarian Grand Prix. In terms of how we finish, though, let's have a look.
The top three, who are Hamilton, Verstappen, and Daniel Ricciardo. That's it for practice then. We'll see you again soon.
So yeah, Lewis Hamilton then took the first step, first place, but by a very decent margin, 1.2 seconds. Now, Daniel Ricciardo couldn't even match that on the same tyre, 1.4 seconds, and nor could Charles Leclerc, but you wouldn't really expect Charles Leclerc. So, you know, Ferrari look, though, could be also quite a contender here. However, I'm a bit worried about Vettel's time there, as you can see, but yeah, you just never know. Anyway, let's have a look at how we did. So we finished P16 ahead of our teammate in that session. However, we were on a slightly softer tyre. He was on the mediums, whereas I was on the soft compound. So by a second, is that realistic? I wouldn't say so. I'd say half a second, maybe 8/10 at most. So yeah, good news though is we're actually seeming very competitive, maybe as competitive actually as the Toro Rosso, which is good. But in terms of McLaren, they look very quick. Look at how far Alonso is on a soft tyre. However, there are drivers behind him that haven't done a soft compound run. For instance, Nico Hülkenberg, Esteban Ocon, and Roman Grosjean. I'm pretty sure once they get their runs on soft tyres, they will be quicker. But yeah, anyway, let's have a look then how qualifying will go for the 12th time then this season, and for round number 12. The last few rounds have been a bit bumpy, but hopefully this round will be a bit more smoother and a bit more in favour of us, if you know what I mean. Because obviously the last few rounds, you know, they haven't been great, but they haven't been bad either. In terms of reputation, well, Ferrari seems to have a bit of an increase. It looks like all teams are now starting to take note of what we're doing, which is nice to see as well. Positive. Obviously, we're doing much better than our teammate, but yeah, anyway. On to the next bit, weather forecast. Let's have a look. So dry weekend, which is nice, obviously. Nice to have a dry weekend. You know, usually we do well on dry weekends, but anyway. So yeah, happy with setup, happy with car now, since, you know, hopefully things will remain that way for qualifying and the race.
Good afternoon, race fans, and here we are again for qualifying at the Hungaroring. Who will have tuned the perfect setup for their car? We'll find out soon. It always looked like the kind of track that asks an awful lot of the rear tyres, such as the frequency of low-speed exits.
No matter how good a driver is at managing their throttle application to limit rear slip, they can't always overcome a car that's inherently bad at looking after its rear tyres. Here we have a lot of low-speed corner exits, which means a whole load of energy, heat and tyre wear.
So, right. So qualifying's now underway. In terms of lap time, it is actually a pretty short lap, so should be able to get 3 runs in. However, you know, you just never know, so let's see what happens in qualifying. But anyway, we're going out for our first out lap to get round for the obviously flying lap, and let's see what we can do. So, you know, obviously, as you heard from Crofty, you know, it is a tyre wear circuit. Even if you have a car that's good, tyre wear is still a huge factor, especially on the Sunday here. You know, maybe not so much on qualifying day, but race day is certainly something you want to be aware of, because obviously it can affect. So we're just turning down the ERS deployment right now, just so we save the battery, if you know what I mean. You know, our engine is also pretty old, so we may take an engine change here. Obviously, we can change our engine 3 times during the course of a season. Obviously, right now we've only changed it once. We may actually though change it for Belgian Grand Prix. We'll see. Right. Anyway, there's a good track space behind the car next. We've got good track space here. But obviously there's a Mercedes behind me, so I'm going to actually let the Mercedes go in front, only because obviously I don't want to impede the Mercedes lap time, because obviously, you know, that wouldn't be fair, and it'd be just to make a bit more sense to go in front and behind Lewis Hamilton rather than be in front of him. Anyway, out of the second to final corner, we're going to now get on the way here, out of the final corner. Obviously may have a little bit of a tow from Lewis Hamilton. We'll have to wait and see. In terms of how good track space is, it's absolutely perfect. No problems. No one's coming out of the pits anyway. So through T1, pretty nice actually through T1. Car sticking well through or down into turn 2. Bit wide through turn 2, but that won't matter too much, because in fact going wide doesn't really hamper your lap through there. Now up the hill, as I said, blind corner, you can't see until right at the top of the hill, going a bit wide, so that's going to certainly affect us a little bit. Through turn 4 and 5, up into 7 and 8, through the chicane, getting a bit slidey. So isn't most neatest of laps this ain't. However, is it fast? That's the question. So we're not too far behind Lewis Hamilton, even at the end of the lap, which indicates it's not a bad lap. Verstappen doing a 1:18. What will Lewis do? Lewis Hamilton dislodging as well. What are we going to do? We're going to go 1:19.3. So, yeah, not a bad lap then there, I don't think. About 2 seconds off pole position, which, when you think of it, you know, ain't actually all that bad. So yeah, you know. Anyway, so we're just going to cruise now around back into pits. Just be wary, you know, of cars that may be behind us on a flying lap. Don't think there is many. In fact, furthest back, Bottas has completed his lap of what I'm aware. So yeah, you know, quite a lot. Anyway, right now we're not competing with the top bunch. So we're really competing with the likes of Grosjean, Hartley and all that. So we've actually already beaten one of our main rivals, Brendan Hartley, who's only managed 8th. So that could be crucial. Driving back to the pits right now, taking it nice and easy on the in-lap, saving the engine, saving the tyres as well, because obviously you just don't know. Who knows, we may start in the top 10, and that could then be these tyres that we're starting on, of course. So obviously, gonna go into pits now. Yeah, we're just gonna go nice and calm into pits. We'll see how much time we got left. To see if it'd be worth doing a second run now. straight away, or should we wait for our final run? So hopefully we've got somewhere in the region of 13 minutes left. If we do, then I'll go around the 10 minutes, you know, a mark, and we'll do a third run. If we have anything below 10 minutes, and then I won't do a second run, I'll do only one more run. So we'll have a look. So right now, in terms of pace, that first lap was decent. I think there's certainly areas where we could improve, of course.
So far, our fastest lap is
But let's have a look.
1:19.3.
So we've got 12 minutes remaining. So yeah, we'll be doing another run. So we'll have just wait till the 10th minute roughly, and then we'll be going out for a third run. So just having a look now down the grid. Everyone's settled up except Charles Leclerc, and right now we are in P15 ahead of one Sauber, two both Toro Rossos, and our teammate. More importantly, in terms of the gap between our teammate, 4 tenths in my favour. So yeah. Anyway, out for a second run now. For what will be our second run of the day, and obviously we'll have one more run after this for third run, and we'll see, can we improve here? So right now 2.4 seconds off the pace, teammates 2.8 seconds off the pace, and yeah, so it looks also like me. Oh no, that's Charles Leclerc then. So right now we're in P15, which is decent. If we started racing P15, I would certainly not mind one bit, because obviously it's a good position to start the race in, I think. So we've just been demoted down to P16, so I presume someone's done a faster lap. So also we've got a bit slidey on the exit of turn 1. So yeah, obviously like I said, there are areas where I do feel we can improve. So yeah, we'll have to try and maximize the areas. Like for instance, one area I feel we can improve is actually through here. All this section all the way to the next turn. So might just get out Charles Leclerc's way. He's not gonna be, don't really want to race him. So tyres are nice and warm now. So just gonna get ready to bolt out of that final corner. So just let Charles Leclerc through it. Who isn't on a faster lap. He is on an in lap of what I am aware. Or on an out lap. So here we go, out of the final corner. So down into turn 1 once again. Let's see what we can do for a second lap running. Right now we're matching our previous delta. So through turn 1, not gaining much, but losing out more than anything. Into turn 2, still going wide through turn 2. So right now, matching our previous best. So much better through there in terms of how we position the car. So in terms of lap time, about 3 tenths up. So half a second up. This is going to be a decent improvement. And that's good enough for P13. That's a very decent improvement then there. So yeah, as some cars now making their way out of the pits. So I'm going to go behind those Samson. Again, so yeah. Now I'm going to re-overtake Hamilton. Bit odd there. Odd behaviour from the AI. Like, because I'm on an in lap, so for me it doesn't matter. Back off significantly. There we go. I don't really want to impede these guys who are on out laps, if you know what I mean. Like, because obviously, no, I'm worried about picking up a penalty. In fact, I'm not. But of course, you know, it's only fair. Like, I want a good lap myself, and I'm pretty sure it'd be nice to see them have a good lap as well. And that's fair dues. So right now, running in P13, very good qualifying so far. Obviously, last lap we improved by half a second, so what can we do on our next lap? That's the question. But right now, obviously, we're in a decent position to start the race. And yeah, you know, we're ahead of majority of cars, and we're actually also ahead of our session target as well. So yeah, you know, very, very nice so far. So, surprisingly, running well here, should I say. I was not expecting to be doing this good on a circuit like this, actually. I was actually expecting a lot worse. So yeah, surprisingly doing a very, very good job. The car feels balanced, you know, at the moment. Everything just feels like, you know, it's clicking right now, which is obviously what you want to feel. The car feels like it's not doing anything radical, which is quite nice on all laps that I've done. So whatever's working, it's nice. Right now, saying I can improve by another 2 tenths, according to this sort of thing. So yeah, obviously, you know. So right now it is the 2 Ferraris on top, ahead of the Red Bull of Daniel Ricciardo. Surprisingly, Mercedes very, very low. But yeah, you know, surprising that. In terms of us, we are right now only 3 tenths off Charles Leclerc. Now I think Charles Leclerc has probably secured P10. Like, in all honesty, I'd say we're fighting for P11 right now. P11 is what's on the table, because I don't think Carlos Sainz will make a 2 tenth improvement. And even if he does, if we make an improvement... So right, Esteban Ocon's made an improvement of 2 tenths, just to let you know, now. So Sergio Perez probably going to make an improvement of 2 tenths. I'm probably going to make an improvement of 2 tenths. So it's going to be the fight for P11 right now, I feel. So we'll go out in about 30 seconds time, so we'll go out now. So final run then is about to start then here for the final time. What can we do then? Can we get P10? Obviously we are in a battle, I would say, for P10. However, it is certainly going to be close, and I would say others do have the upper hand. So track position is going to be king here right now, obviously, and yeah, you know, not wanting to impede some of the faster guys right now, so I'm gonna stay clear of any faster people right now. So let's have a look. So they're gonna just working out. I'm gonna go behind Lewis Hamilton right now. So here's Van Dorn. Shall I let Van Dorn through? Don't let Van Dorn through. I think I found a gap. That gap stays roughly the same. Right, here we go. Found a gap, but so I'm having to go very, very slow to feed into this gap, and I'm now in the gap I wanted. So I'm in the gap I wanted. It was just behind Kimi Raikkonen. There we go. So here we go then. Final time, final lap. Can we get a better position? Right now been demoted down to P14. So what can we do? Final push lap. bit deep going into turn 1. Losing a lot of time. Up the hill then. I don't think we're improving. Yeah, I'm backing out. So yeah. There we go. Sort of impeded Max Verstappen that, but yeah, I've backed out. Didn't impede everyone. Let's have a look if I actually did impede Verstappen. I decided I wasn't improving. Let's have a look if anyone else is improving. Signs ain't improving. No, everyone seems not to be improving. So I'm going to return to the garage sort of thing.
As we wind down from the excitement of qualifying, here's a look at your top 3. Raikkonen, Hamilton and Daniel Ricciardo. The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow, where we'll be live with all the action. And until then,
P15, not bad. Sainz and Magnussen did improve in the end then there, but more importantly, we're out-qualified our teammate once again, and yeah, quite a distance between us and our teammate. 1 second adrift is my teammate, so my teammate really struggled, and I think it is actually easy to struggle here in this car. Probably it probably ain't hard, if you know what I mean. Probably, you know, it just takes you to have a bit of a wrong setup, even one, probably even if the front wing is, let's say, on 7 and you need it to be on 8 downforce sort of thing, you won't have a good car or good enough car to help you out sort of thing. But yeah, you know, hopefully we'll do good. Anyway, in terms of rivalry, so yeah, we outqualified both rivals, our teammate and Marcus Ericsson. So right now we're demolishing Ericsson and we're demolishing Sorokin. So yeah, just didn't have a good last lap then there. In terms of reputation, once again, improving, which is nice to note.
I think we can call that a successful qualifying.
Yes, we can.
Should be in with a good chance in the race.
And right now, just have a look at our value. Value's going up, which is good. So that might mean we can get a better contract actually at the end of this race. Actually, we can, which would be always fabulous. So let's see what we can go and do during the race. Obviously, it's a long race. 17 laps, I believe, around here, or 18 laps. You know, in that sense. Obviously, not as long as the real one. 70 laps, I believe, or 71 laps. Something along that region. But it's a long race in the sense, obviously, you know.
Well then, after exciting...
how are we going to do then here for the race?
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do.
So strategy is a one-stop, pitting on lap 5. Happy with that actually, and that will take us all the way to lap 18. So yeah, it's an 18 lap race, more or less sprint race, and here we go. So just going to engage the clutch now, getting ready for the formation lap, and away we set off on our formation lap then for the Hungarian Grand Prix. And yeah, so it's going to be a long race for sure. It's going to be a tough race as well, but we're prepared. Can we get our first Formula 1 points here at this race? Obviously, who knows. Surprisingly, Fernando Alonso all the way down in 16th, whilst his teammate is certainly miles up ahead. In fact, if I'm correct, his teammate is P11. Let's have a look. So teammate P10 in fact. So Van Dorn looking on track to get his first points. However, we've qualified much better than that. We've qualified in 4th around the Austrian circuit. So yeah, just have to look and yeah, see what happens. So yeah, obviously you may qualify in one place, but race day is where the points are given, and that's the more crucial thing. Even Fernando Alonso knows that. One of the greatest drivers of all time, retiring last Sunday he retired from Formula 1. 2-time world champion in 2005 and 2006, but currently wasn't in a good car for the last 5 years really. From 2014 all the way to 2018 until his retirement. And you could argue even the 2013 Ferrari wasn't good enough, and the 2012. So he drove really for the last 8 years or 6 years of his career a dog of a Formula 1 car, bit like what we're in now. But anyway, coming out of final corner, lining up on the grid then. So what can we do? Can we have a good race? Will we have a good race? And will we score our first ever Formula 1 points? Now do remember, I do use flashbacks only for moments where I feel needed, but I don't use flashbacks if not required. Lights out, and away we go. So it's been a good start from Fernando Alonso and from the rest of the field. We got a little bit of wheel spin in the second phase. We had a good reaction. However, this did cost us a bit of track position going down. We have to take a wide berth into the first corner, giving Alonso and Ericsson a bit of room, obviously. Down into now turn 2, making a little bit of contact. Now, we were clearly alongside Marcus Ericsson there, and yeah, he clearly didn't leave us the room at all. So, obviously, a bit disappointing there of the AI, but the AI can be dodgy at times. And look how slow these lot are going right now on this first opening lap. It's like a choo-choo train, quite literally, going side by side with Marcus Ericsson. This time we're not going to leave him the room, and that time he impedes us, and I just feel like that's him being a dick there. So what happened there? Let's have a look. So I feel we left him the room. I did say I wasn't going to leave him the room, but let's have a look. So I leave him the room. Yeah, by this point, come on, I've won the corner and he's been a dick. So for that, I'm just going to do that, like, you know, because he wrecked my race. So, you know, hopefully that'll be the only flashback we use against the AI, sort of thing. Because in a normal race, he would have got a penalty for a maneuver like that. Even for not leaving me room down in turn 2, he would have got a penalty. So, yeah, you know, obviously, you know, that's it. We haven't spun out, so, yeah, I'm not really fussed. Anyway, on to lap 2 then, up in 15th. So, started in 15th, and we're in 15th. So, let's get on with then this race. It's going to be a long, long race, and then going to save a bit of ERS.
Great pass.
Then here. So is this going to be me versus Ericsson today? So just saving my ERS mode. Obviously, that doesn't really do good for a race. Right, gonna turn up the ERS a little bit now.
Somewhere on the ICE, be aware that we will start to see a loss of power.
So, obviously, engineer there just telling me that our internal combustion engine is starting to wear now. It's on 62%. That should easily uphold for this race. Then after this race, the good news is we can put in a brand new engine. So that will help us out, especially for the Belgian Grand Prix and for Italy. So right now, running in P14, so has someone retired? I think they have. Stoffel Van Dorn going very slowly out of the last corner.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
So Charles Leclerc right now fighting with K-Mag and Kevin Magnussen, giving it as much room as he probably would in real life. So obviously Magnussen ain't most quick right now. Certainly slow Magnussen is right now. So yeah, obviously right now, bit of a train forming behind us. We're leaving our teammate though well behind now. Our teammates round probably, I'd say 5 seconds behind, maybe 4 at best. So, yeah. So through this sector, the car seems to be handling very, very good. Getting a little bit under understeer. Going a little bit wide. Won't impact the race too much, that won't. Didn't lose any time as such. So DRS, I do believe, is enabled now. Now we might have some awesome pace down here. Getting a triple toe, however, obviously, let's have a look. Exit wasn't the best. Here comes Marcus Ericsson potentially. Here comes Ericsson.
To manage this, we'll need to lower our ERS deployment mode.
So also getting told there's some wear on the MG UK. So engine now getting a bit worn. Obviously, let's have a look at the MG UK in terms of what Jeff is saying. Yeah, it is a bit warm, but probably not worn enough, I don't think, to make much of a difference now. So just coming up to our pit stop, we are going to be coming in at the end of next lap. Now, in terms of gap, beyond Magnussen is quite big already. On the steering a little bit through here, not affecting me too much in terms of pace wise. So tyres probably starting to get into a zone now where they're starting to heat up. So Ericsson very much on my gearbox. Here comes Marcus Ericsson. Ericsson slips by. Trying to get the undercut we were. That sort of thing. But Ericsson is through. We are still in 14th, it's reporting. So someone must have made a pit stop then. So yeah. So right now we're in 14th. However, someone has made a pit stop.
Power from the engine is going to be down slightly and showing signs right
Roman Grosjean, I believe. As Magnussen is still out in front. A bit of an early pit stop for Grosjean.
Okay, remember to pit this
Wonder
lap.
if he's on a more aggressive strategy. So anyway, we're going to box this lap. Is Ericsson coming in? No, Ericsson's not coming in, so we're most likely going to get our undercut strategy here on Marcus Ericsson. Hopefully this will pay off in our favour, braking a bit early for the speed limit line. Didn't see where it was. Hopefully that won't jeopardise our strategy. Anyway, in we come. Williams get to work. And away we go. 2.2 seconds. So easily coming out ahead of the Toro Rosso. So maybe that's made up for some bit. Anyway.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
So once again, racing here. Lap 6 of 18 now on our out lap, so hopefully we'll be able to do our undercut strategy, turning up the ERS deployment right now, also turning down the engine, so fuel, saving a bit of fuel. So right now, not greatest middle sector. Obviously, I doubt we're going to do any flying middle sectors, if you know what I mean. We're in a Williams. Right, where are we going to come out? Are we going to be ahead of Ericsson? It looked like Ericsson's got me here. And we'll rejoin in 15th. So, yeah, Ericsson has got ahead of me and will remain ahead at the moment for now. Obviously, still a long way to go in this race. So, yeah. Our tyres will be a lot more warmer right now than Ericsson's. Whether or not that will make any difference is an entirely different question. Now, Ericsson was in 14th. So I wonder if there's been any jump in terms of race strategy. I'm just wondering what's exactly gone on. Don't think Alonso's made his pit stop yet. That's why we're a little bit low. So effectively we're in a net P15, but right now we're in P16 in a race position. Just to let you guys know. So lap 8 of the 18 required laps. So right now, obviously, we've got one retirement from this race in Stoffel Van Dorn. Early retirement. I think he went out on lap 2 or something along that lines. And yeah. Right. Doing personal best middle sector. Right now I am. So could this be the time to launch an attack on Ericsson? So I think I'll go down next straight in terms of win or attack Ericsson. So don't seem to quite have a straight line pace right now against Ericsson. Ericsson seems to be outdoing me there. And we've also got to be careful because we do have big Gasly on our tail as well. Monitoring everything me and Ericsson do right now. And literally it takes only a moment like that. And look how close Gasly's gone to the back of us already. So Gasly now attacking us. We're no longer attacking Ericsson. It's insane, that is. So yeah, now we're looking behind rather than Ericsson looking behind, if you know what I mean. Only takes a small split second. Getting a bit of a drift, not going to help my rear tyres vein. So, out of the last corner. This time, it looks like Pierre Gasly is going to have the run on us. Down into turn 1, leaving the room. We'll have the DRS as well, so it's going to be a double DRS. Now we're going to try and come back. Will we be able to come back and put turn 2? Look out! Idiot, man. Idiot. Right, we had easily a comeback into turn 2, so I'm just going to use a flashback, because obviously, what a dickhead. We easily had the chance to come back there into turn 2. I'm going to really now apply pressure to Gasly. Oh, what an idiot. Like, I was gonna come back into turn 2 and he shuts the door. The AI in F1 2018 cannot race. That's my conclusion. Because obviously, you all saw what happened. Like, I had the run on Pierre Gasly. He never left any racing room whatsoever. I just can't traction though out of this corner. It is hampering me.
Is 1.5 seconds.
So right now, would it be worth going on a 2-stop strategy? Probably not. So I'm sort of giving up on this race, because obviously, yeah, things ain't going the way as planned. We're sort of dropping back the order through no fault of our own, I would say. So 1.034 seconds behind now Gasly. And Brendan Hartley now is coming to get us. So, yeah. It's been a weird race again, if you know what I mean. It's a very, very odd race. We have certainly the pace right now in the car, but straight line speed is just not there. Through the middle sector, we're decent. We're on par with the others, if not better. But out of that final corner, just here, look how much the AI are closing onto the back of me. But I always leave the space. And then look, the AI aren't leaving any racing room through turn 2. What do you expect to happen, mate?
Nice move. Good job. The gap to the car ahead is 1.9 seconds.
Bit odd through that. Alright. I will admit one thing. My tyres have had the chance to cool down quite a bit. So through the first few turns, tyres might work very well compared to the Gasly. Oh, getting a bit iffy through there. Teammate status.
We're leading our teammate by 12.2 seconds. They're on old softs. The time last lap was a 1:23.9 gap to teammate behind.
And Alonso now has rejoined in front of us now. So we are now officially in P17. Ericsson's moved up into a net 14. Oh, balls. But I don't want to end the race here. I am going to continue on just to get the reputation. The race has fallen to parts now. Yeah. It's a bit disappointing. Once again, just another race right now. The car is competitive. It was really, really good in qualifying. But during the race, yeah, it's just... The first stint was okay, but this second stint, like, once Gasly's cleared me, yeah, it's just been a dreadful second stint, realistically. So, you know, I can be proud, I guess, you know. I've beaten my teammate, demolished my teammate. Where is my teammate? Oh. Looking for my teammate there. I stopped, so yeah. Teammate is miles behind. I'm be proud of there, but otherwise can't really say much more.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Like, yeah. Here goes Hartley. Hartley's passed now. Not really putting up much of a fight against Brandon. Unless we can come back. So yeah. Right now running 18th and 19th. Us Williams. So yeah. Just can't now get the pace. The pace has disappeared. Sort of. And yeah, I don't know where it's gone to at all. But yeah, sort of just dropped back in this race. Our teammate is certainly not doing any better than me. So yeah, can't be too happy with the race, the way things gone. But at the same time, I can be happy the car feels good through here. Like especially through the middle sort of sector. Car feels absolutely on the rails. And yeah, teammate ain't able to keep up obviously with my pace.
Okay, battery's looking good. You can use overtake to get past.
Yeah. So we're gonna have one last attack then. For a bit of fun on Brendan Hartley. I'm gonna keep the engine in rich mix. Try and get, shall we, 17th place. So getting a bit slidey out of that. Through this middle sector, the car just feels on rails, honestly. Just absolutely beautiful, the car through the middle sector. And that's the first time I've ever said that. But through the long left-hander, like here, car just doesn't want to stick maybe as much. So
we've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
Oh, balls. As I said, no hard. We're in last anyway, or second to last. So, just for the fun, might as well finish the race. Just got a bit impatient on the throttle there. Spun up the rears. Very easy to do, especially when you're playing on a controller. So yeah.
We've pretty much burned off our excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait too long to turn the engine down.
So hitting these curbs quite hard now. Long left-hander this is, then a long right-hander. Once again, you can see the understeer through that turn there, the last time, but it does feel alright, don't feel bad. Alright, go and give everything out this last lap then, why not? So out of the final corner, last lap of the race, so here we go, final attempt to get past Brennan Hartley. Doubt it will happen, but who knows. So
we're leading our teammate by 13.7 seconds.
we'll actually watch the fuel lights on, and we've only got 0.25. So Kimi Räikkönen is your race winner at the Hungarian Grand Prix. Will he go on to win the championship is a different question, but yeah, nonetheless is doing an excellent job this season, once again reclaiming the top spot, bouncing back in Hungary, should I say. So
Okay,
yeah,
ahead is 2.1 seconds.
so only 2 more corners now to negotiate. One final corner to negotiate. Out of the final corner we come now, and across the line Brennan Hartley taking P17 whilst we take home P18. So there you go, that's the end of the race on that. And yeah, P18, yeah, once again just a very interesting race, I guess. You know, we had the pace in the first stint for sure. Second stint, I don't know whether we had the pace. I think we did have the pace, but our tyres just gave up in the end, at the end.
What was the key to this success?
But we didn't have as much pace as what maybe I would have liked. However, in all fairness, this isn't our strongest track in terms of for the car. In fact, I'm surprised even to finish 18th, if you know what I mean. To get 15th in qualifying was an amazing job by I, and therefore I am happy to get where I came. So it's a Ferrari 1 and 3 with Daniel Ricciardo taking home second. There we go, Kimi Räikkönen lifting up the winner's trophy then there on the top step of the podium. But nonetheless, still very tight at the top. Nonetheless, they're not really spraying champagne, that didn't look like from there. There you go, that's a bit better. Just a bit, but yeah, time for the podium photo, I guess, now. There you go, so Kimi can be very happy of that result then there, taking home first. So
then, it's time
yeah,
to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship.
So
it's a good result
yeah,
for Kimi Räikkönen, who extends his advantage at the top of the championship. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Well, he had a great drive today, somewhat unexpected maybe, but I'm going to go for Kevin Magnussen. Quick, clean, and in control. It was everything you could ask for.
On to the constructors then. Ferrari extend their lead at the top of the championship. After all that excitement, it's time for a lie down, I think. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye until the next race.
So there we go. So yeah, I can clearly see from the lap times, I didn't really have the pace to race with the top 10. However, yeah, you know, I should have been realistically ahead of certainly most of these few. Pierre Gasly, though, did a very good lap time. His fastest lap, a 121.8, whereas ours is a 122.2. 2. So yeah, you know, very good luck from them. So let's have a look how the standings now look after that result. So as I said, Kimi Räikkönen extending his lead in the championship now to 16 points over his teammate Sebastian Vettel from Lewis Hamilton, who now only 30 points behind. Daniel Ricciardo in 4th, 30 also points behind, but otherwise nothing much. The only mover in the championship at the moment is Ricciardo, now from 5th to 4th, and Romain Grosjean also moving up into 10th from 11th, but otherwise no changes whatsoever than there. For the constructors, no changes either in the constructors. Still very close between us back markers, between McLaren, Sauber, Williams and Toro Rosso. Obviously, like I said, you know, it's very, very close. However, big gap to Haas and Force India, and a big gap to Renault, and then a huge gap to the top 3, really, in Red Bull, Mercedes and Ferrari. But Ferrari certainly looking in control right now of things at the moment, with 1 race win, more or less, in terms of points worth over Mercedes. So let's now go into the data center, or into paddock. Let's see if we've got any post-race interviews. So no post-race interviews then for today. So let's have a look how we did then in the rivalry. So yeah, we still winning the rivalry. We certainly beat our teammate in terms of for rivalry points. However, we didn't beat Charles Leclerc, Marcus Ericsson. In fact, we only drew there in that event then sort of thing. So yeah, and that is it. Then let's have a look how many resource points we got throughout then today. So that's okay, good. So there we go. 2,300 resource points now, so that
Here we can
is
adjust
good.
the terms of our proposal. The more ambitiously we set our targets, the more willing the team will be to give us better perks. We'll have a few chances to suggest a deal.
So,
but we need to be careful.
I'm gonna say 16th and 17th. I would like also to be still second driver. In terms of what I want out of a contract, I want pit stop upgrade for 20%, and we'll have that 25%. Let's see whether that
they aren't coming round to that proposal. Let's try something else.
Okay, so I will put my race target up to now 15th. See if they come to that agreement.
We're asking for too much here. We need to make some compromises.
So how about
okay,
there we go.
The proposal looks good.
Right,
it seems all parties are happy with the deal, so it'll commence at the next race weekend.
So there we go. So that is our contract now negotiated once again for Williams. So we get a little bit better of a deal, which is great. So our contract value has gone up, which is nice. Obviously, it's not anything big, if you know what I mean. Right now, still, I want to be the second driver in the team. I feel like I wouldn't be a first driver after 12 rounds, of course. So yeah, in terms of the like how we've closed up to the top group. In fact, we've closed up quite nicely. We're on the back of Williams, but yeah, you know, obviously we do have an upgrade also coming for next race. Hopefully, which will help us out in Belgium. It is only an aerodynamic upgrade, but nonetheless should be a little bit of an upgrade, which should hopefully see us do a little bit better in terms of our performance. But we're not going to make any upgrades as of yet. And also we do have to think, because in this game, obviously you do have regulation changes, and I don't know what the regulation change will be. So we do have to be conservative as well in terms of how we spend our resource points now, because obviously I know that probably or might happen. We may not even have a regulation change actually next season, so who knows what the game will give me in terms of that aspect. In the past, I've only had reliability what you call it, regulation change, so it hasn't really affected performance of any team. But obviously, you know, we need to be aware of that, and we need to be aware that obviously if we can, we need to capitalize on that regulation change, which could be good if it's a bigger regulation change, of course. So yeah. Anyway, we're gonna now.
Invitations to new historic events. You'll be able to choose whether or not to participate.
We'll do overtake challenge, and we will participate. So one final thing now for you guys before I go. And yeah, you know, I hope you're enjoying the stream. We're gonna do an overtake challenge. So this is basically where we're going to be in a classic car, and we're gonna have basically a challenge chucked at us. And this is the overtake challenge. So basically, I'm pretty sure you can guess what it is. It's an overtake and it's a challenge, or it's meant to be a challenge. And yeah, you know, hopefully we'll do rather well in this small event. It's only an invitational event. There is no points on offer, so it won't affect the championship in terms of anything. So it's just, you know, a bit of fun then, I guess, you know. And here we go. So what's our target? So our target is overtake 12 cars in this Renault. And the cars that we're overtaking are Williams. So don't overtake me, come on. Alright, that's one. So let me just have a look. 4 minutes time. So we need to overtake about 3 cars on average a lap. Hopefully we can do that. So there's 2. And already see car number 3. So right now this should be car number 3, so we're a little bit behind because of what happened in the first few corners. There we go. That is 3. This is, just to let you know, this is the 2006 Renault powered car. Fernando Alonso's second World Championship winning car. So we're now on 4. It's a lovely engine noise. V8 engine this has. No DRS assistance. But it was such a lovely car. Such a different car as well. So only overtaking 2 that lap, so we need to crack on. So I need to overtake 4 this lap. So certainly doing that, overtaken 4 that lap, so now back on target, just to let you know. So got 1,049,000 to overtake 3 cars, should do it. So 1 car got to overtake, putting the car into neutral there to get it slowed down. So 1 more car now to overtake before we complete the challenge, just to let you know. So Here we go. So we've completed the challenge. Obviously they can unlap themselves, so I don't want to give up yet, obviously. So you have to keep on going, but I don't have to overtake now any more cars. However, I'm going to try. I want to get 2 more before the end of the challenge. So that'll be 14 at least. So let's see what we can do here. In the slipstream, we're gaining, we're gaining, we're gaining, we're going for it. So 13 now. So can we get 1 or 2 more? Is the question for me. Certainly 1 more got to be on the table. Can we get the last one? 1 more? No, not quite. So I think we got 15 there, which ain't bad actually. We passed it, so yeah, a little bit of fun that them challenges are. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. I don't do them regular, but yeah, you know, extra bit of fun anyway, that is. And anyway, so one last thing now before we go. So we're just going to select tyres so you know what tyres I'll have for the next race. So we're going to go once again for the so we're going to go for basically we're going to go for 1 2 3 4 5 6 2 4 6 7 sets of the super softs, 3 sets of the softs, and 2 sets of the medium compound tyre. So hopefully that'll be a decent, you know, what you call it, tyre selection then there. It will give me certainly more runs in Q in the qualifying, and we won't have to be conservative on our softs either. So yeah, we're good on that aspects. And just going to show you now one last thing. Obviously, hopefully the upgrade has been a success. Let's see.
We had a major issue on the production line earlier this week, so the entire development package for this weekend has failed. Check your workstation for the details.
Now, that was the news I was dreading, if you know what I mean, because obviously, yeah, you just don't really want that, ain't it? You know what I mean? Like, it's just we're having so many development upgrade failures at the moment, which ain't good, you know. Like, yeah, what can I say? Yeah, just, you know, like, yeah, just disappointed, you know what I mean? Because obviously it would have been a little bit of a help to have that, especially this weekend. So we're gonna, at least we're gonna have it, I guess, then for hopefully next weekend. But yeah, it's just, you know, not a great feeling to have a failed upgrade, of course, because obviously what that means effectively is not only then we have a upgrade failure for this weekend, also it delays it, which means we have a worse car for this weekend. Also we have you know, a worse chance of scoring points this weekend. I guess it does improve then the chance for points in Italy. However, you know, it also takes away the fact that we're now going to have less points for the next race in about, who knows, tomorrow or something. So yeah, it just wrecks that chance, you know. And yeah, disappointed in that then. Not happy at all. Anyway, just so you guys know, I am now going to change some components, so you know what components are going to be changed. So we're going to change also this component here. We can now do that effectively, because we are now effectively safe. So any components really with 2 should be theoretically safe. I am worried that the energy store component is going to be you know, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to manage the energy store, so I'm going to actually revert back to energy store unit 1 for practice only, and then put in a energy store unit 2 for the race. Also, I am going to revert back to engine 1, in fact, I'm going to revert back to engine 1 for practice. then just use a bit of that engine. That will save a bit of engine life for engine 3, hopefully. So that will be a fresh power unit for quali. And I'm gonna keep with the other components all in now. And yeah, so obviously it is a juggling act with obviously the regulations and the way they are. Obviously you do have practice gearbox, which you barely ever need. You can't get penalty, I don't believe, for engine gearbox. Practice gearbox is available for P1 and P2, practice session 1 and practice. In order to limit the mileage on the event gearbox, new practice gearbox can be fitted at any time without incurring a penalty. So yeah, practice gearboxes are basically free gearboxes, but only can be used during practice 1 and practice 2. So yeah, there we go. So in terms of the championship, let's have a look at who's got most DNFs than this season so far. So I have got 4 DNFs. So Azerbaijan, Monaco, Canada, and Austria. My teammates only got 1 DNF in Australia. Otherwise, most DNFs. Second most is between. Let's have a look. So second most DNFs goes to Brandon Hartley with 3. So Brandon Hartley's had 3 DNFs during the course of this season. Then the next most is Hamilton, followed by Sergio Perez and Hulkenberg, and then followed by Verstappen and Grosjean and Magnussen also, and then my teammate. So yeah, and Ericsson, sorry, and Van Dorn. Keep on adding on now. But yeah, otherwise there is oh yeah, and Vettel had 1 also this season. So the only drivers without DNFs, just to let you know, this season so far is Raikkonen, who's had 5 victories, sorry. Ricciardo, Bottas, Sainz, Ocon, Alonso, Leclerc, and Pierre Gasly. So yeah, they're the only drivers without a DNF this season. We also had the most joint DNFs this season, alongside Lewis Hamilton. So consecutive. So Lewis had 2 in a row. He had Australia and Bahrain. So first 2 races, 2 DNFs. Whereas I had 2 DNFs in a row at the Monaco and Canadian Grand Prix. But in a way, yeah, best result for us so far this season is P11, which ain't bad. Best result for my teammate, however, is P13. So yeah, not bad actually for my teammate. P13 actually. Have to give him credit where it's due. P13 is also a good result for me. I've had P13 around the circuits of France and China. Second best result for my teammate is P16, whereas my second best is P15. Just to let you know. Third best result for my teammate is P17. Third best for me is also P17, which is P15 for me. Fourth best P15 and P17. Fifth best for him, or fourth best for him, is P18. Fifth best for him is P19, and the fifth best for me is P18. The final worst result we've had this season, or I've had this season, is a DNF. And the worst result he's had also is a DNF. But worst result on track, technically, is P18 for me. Whereas for him, Sorokin, it's P19. So yeah, had P19 twice now. 3 times actually, or 4. That's 4. So 4 times he's finished P19. So yeah, you know, just thought give them interesting. So thank you for watching, everyone. Hope you have enjoyed this live stream. And I'll see you soon for round number 13, the Belgian Grand Prix at Spa-Francorchamps, and followed up very soon by the Italian Grand Prix in Italy for round number 14. Then we got Singapore, which probably is going to be a tricky track for us and for me. So I may actually do a double episode at Singapore. May include the Singapore and Russian Grand Prix, just to let you know. Then we got Japan, USA, Mexico, Brazil, and Abu Dhabi, and then that is season 1 of career mode done, and we'll get into season 2 ASAP. So yeah, you know, hopefully season 1 hasn't been in fact all that bad. I'm pretty sure there will be better to come, and I'm pretty sure also there might also be worse for others to come. So you know, yeah, for sure it's been difficult, but you have to go through the difficult times to get to the good times, and today, right now, we're in the difficult times as a team, but we're going to get to the good times as a team. Just to let you know, see that the guy in the middle of the screen, the black guy, or the guy now standing, that guy there, he is light black sort of thing. His name is Arav. Go check out his YouTube channel. That's the guy there. I'll give you his full YouTube channel. I'll just spell it for you, sort of thing, so you know. His name is Arav, or I think it's actually Ben, technically. But his YouTube channel is called Arav, and they all call him Arav, if you know what I mean. So that's his YouTube channel. I'll just give you reference for you guys, if you know what I mean, because obviously it's always nice to let people know of other YouTube channels that maybe I like. There are many that I like, in fact. So the way you spell his YouTube channel is A, so small case A, double R, so 2 R's, then another A, and then a V and an A, Arav F1. And yeah, he does YouTube, and he does similar videos to me, to let you know, Formula 1 topic related, Formula 1 game related. So yeah, go check out his YouTube channel. He does have 229,000 subscribers already, so maybe you're already a subscriber of his channel. But yeah, you know, obviously, yeah, I just thought it'd be a good suggestion for you all to, and a good recommendation if you like daily Formula 1 content, of course. Thank you for watching once again. Have a good evening, have a good day, have a good morning. And from whenever in the world you're watching, see you all next time for round 13, and hopefully it'll be an epic one.